Hi, it's Dr. Ambrosio. It's the last day of winter, March 2021, during the COVID pandemic. How have I adapted? I had to sharpen my skills and develop creative alternatives to traditional teaching. I tapped into my resources through my various organizational affiliations. I collaborated with other nurse educators in the same situations to share best practices and even virtual simulations. It became an international effort. I even worked with a group from Italy to share COVID educational modules with our students. I adapted by finding a new learning community and using a lot more technology. What have I learned about teaching? Teaching online is different. I went from an expert teacher to a novice teacher, but teaching is my passion. So I was excited when Adelphi offered an online teaching course, which I took, and I learned so much. I learned that mainly engagement is the key to success for the faculty and the students to receive quality education. I love using technology, so in my online classes, I use lots of interactive exercises, videos, virtual simulations to keep my students engaged. What impact has this time had on our students? I think many students are stressed in general from the pandemic, and online education added an extra layer of anxiety for them. So as faculty, I felt I needed to reach out to them, and we spoke about the meaning of resilience. We talked about how students have to be resilient, nurses have to be resilient, and remember to always be flexible and be adaptive to change. Spring versus fall, what was different? Clearly, spring, March 2020 was a challenge. I was scrambling trying to prepare our students and compensate for them not going to clinical. I had to redesign 3 courses over spring break, designing meaningful projects to meet the course objectives and students' learning needs. I had to make the transition as seamless as possible to provide quality education for our students. So the fall was clearly plan change, which was great because I had time to evaluate what worked, what didn't work, what the students felt was most important. I was able to talk to them. We were able to do improvements in the courses, and we were then equipped to provide holistic, engaging learning experience. And it helped decrease the stress for the students that they were feeling from the pandemic. I also incorporated weekly chats into my course so that they had time to engage with each other, as that human connection is very important. When we go back to normal, how will it be different than before? Well, I think this is the new normal, and I think our current teaching environment is the new normal. The learning environment is forever changed in a good way. I think it's more flexible. We don't have brick walls anymore, and I think it meets personal needs of the students. It's more adaptive. There's more communication. There's more technology, and we continue to engage. It's a new dimension in teaching and learning process. It makes me think about a quote from Charles Darwin. It's not the strongest species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the most responsive to change. So I'm looking forward to the future of education and the new world and all the changes it brings. So stay safe, stay well, and embrace the changes. Bye-bye for now.